Good evening, Lunatics. Hope you're doing well on this fine Sunday evening. Good to see all y'all. Sorry for no stream last Friday. I legitimately have not been sleeping for a while now. You wanna know how much sleep I got? Like 2-3 hours. Who needs sleep? I certainly don't. Anyway, it's been a while since the last Ace Attorney investigation stream. Like about 2 weeks worth. Sorry about that. But yeah. We're going to be continuing where we last left off in episode 2, Turnabout Airlines. Oh my god. So like, I don't know anything about the Ace Attorney investigation games, but I have seen characters from the game. And like, there's this cute blonde, like, stewardess that I keep on seeing. And I'm like, yo, who the hell is this babe? And I'm like, yo, I'd like to get to know you. And if the title of the episode is any indication, something tells me we're about to meet her. Also, oh my god, it seriously was since June 1st. It's June 22nd! Has it seriously been 21 days since my last stream of this? Okay, let's go. Episode 2, Turnabout Airlines. The murder that occurred in my office. The return of the great thief Yadagrasu. Thinking back, everything began on that fateful day, 2 days ago. 2 days earlier. I was about to say, is that wine or is that like blood? Go you! Yes, everything began high up in the air, 9,000 feet in the air to be precise. Thank you for flying Go You Airlines. We are currently experiencing some slight turbulence. We are asking all passengers to please return to their seats and fasten their seatbelts. Why are there statues on the airplane? Murder? Or just wine? You decide in chat. I'm sorry. Edgeworth just lying on the ground like that is just cracking me up, though. Anyway, March 12th, 6:13 a.m., flight G390, first floor, loud. What do you mean first floor? It's an airplane! Ugh. Wow, honestly, the animation is so smooth in this game. I'm kind of impressed. Why do I feel like I just woke up from a horrible nightmare? Best check my watch. 6:13, huh? Guess I was out cold for about 10 minutes. Or, you know, it could be the next day. You never know. Maybe, like, we've been passed out for an entire day and just happened to be 10 minutes after we last passed out. Slight turbulence indeed. Ladies and gentlemen, we are currently experiencing some slight turbulence. For your safety, we ask that you return to your seats and fasten your seatbelts. I wonder if this was like the same announcement from like the initial part of this chapter. I suppose turbulence is to be expected on a flight. Though admittedly, I'm less than comfortable with anything resembling earthquakes. Shoutouts to the first game. Oh, god damn it, did I seriously drop my wallet in wine? Oh, it's all sticky now. Oh, gross! What's this, a travel wallet? But it's not mine. How did someone else's travel wallet wind up in my pocket? Ugh, my head! Why won't this headache go away? I'll take care of this travel wallet later. Or hand it off to an attendant. From earthquake-like turbulence to an elevator! Alright. The elevator was where his father originally died, right? You know, do you think Edgeworth has a fear of elevators? What am I doing hesitating like this? Actually, I know full well why I hesitate. It was when I was still but a young child. Flashback! Oh my god, you are using the picture from the first game. Pretty sure this was back from the first game anyway. I was caught up in a murder that happened in an elevator. But how long am I supposed to let my past haunt me? It's just an elevator. I'm a grown man now. I need to behave like one. I wonder if my Steel Samurai collection is still safe in my luggage. Oh, hey! You know, more dead bodies in elevators. That probably isn't gonna bring back any bad memories for Edgeworth. What the? What in the world happened? Oh, hi, pretty lady. Man, I don't know why, but ladies in uniforms do things for me. Is there something wrong, sir? I must ask that you please return to your seat. He's dead! Oh my god, please don't kill me. I'm just a pretty waitress. The waitress, what I'm talking about. Flight attendant. With, for some reason, box buns up for my hair. Please calm down. We mustn't jump to conclusions without the facts. What's wrong? Did something happen? You murderer! What? No, you have it all wrong. It wasn't me. And Edgeworth getting pestered. I'm sorry to see Edgeworth struggle with his absolutely pure rage on his face from being, like, handcuffed. March 12th, 6:41 a.m. Flight G390. Second floor, first class. Again, why the hell is there floors on an airplane? How big is this airplane? How big are the airplanes in California, Japanifornia? I almost said California-pan, but it doesn't roll quite off the tongue as well. Everyone, I'm sorry to interrupt, but I have an important announcement. I am one of your flight attendants today, Rhoda Tenario. Rhoda Tenario. Tenaro? Tenaro. Rhoda Tenaro. I am trying to figure out the pun in this name. Rhoda Tenaro. Road to nowhere? Is that the joke? Unfortunately, we just had a minor accident on this flight. An accident? Don't treat us like we're stupid. I caught a glimpse of it and it was murder. What? Murder? What's going on with this flight? Everyone, please calm down. There's no reason to panic. This flight will stay on course and make its scheduled landing. Actually, I'm pretty sure that's I'm pretty sure that, like, you're supposed to stop the airplane at some point during a murder. If a murder were to happen in an airplane, like, you just, like, make an emergency landing. We are still currently in the middle of a rough patch of turbulence. So until we're out of this area of turbulence, I ask that you please remain seated. But someone was killed, right? I mean, what about the killer? Let me off! Please, there's no need to feel threatened. We have already apprehended the culprit. Man, I love how Edgeworth has, like, a giant law book next to him, too. I ask that everyone please remain calm. Ignore the look of utter disgust I have for being bound behind my back. What the heck is he talking about? Why should we remain calm? My name is Miles Edgeworth. I am a prosecutor, and I assure you I am not the killer. Ha! Being a prosecutor doesn't make you incapable of murder, buddy. Now you listen here. I am not the killer. I simply found the body. I like how Edgeworth also has like a little chess set over here. At least I assume it's supposed to be chess. I've never seen a chessboard made up of red and blue. Maybe it's like Team Fortress style chess. Who freaking knows? So you see, however, I'm sure that you're the perpetrator of this crime. I swear my honor as a professional flight attendant. So you're actually the murderer, right? Did you just, like, self-report? You totally self-reported, didn't you? Oh, is that right? I know what I saw. And there's even very strong incriminating evidence to back me up. What kind of incriminating evidence is she talking about? We've already alerted the proper authorities at our destination. You know, for a prosecutor, Edgeworth is going to be having to doing a lot of defending for this. Until we land, you will remain in our custody by the powers vested in our captain. Isn't the captain busy, like, flying the airplane? Does he even know what's going on right now? I'm very sorry, but please understand our situation. Your situation? I'm more concerned with mine and the direction it's going in. I'm not about to just sit idly by while I get accused of murder. Miss Tenero, is it? At least I hope I'm pronouncing your name correctly. Yes. I was wondering if you might give me a chance. Give me a quick sec, guys. My glasses are getting a little foggy. The heat is actually really getting to me. Here we go. A chance to do what? A chance to plead my case. And a chance to ask what you meant by incriminating evidence just now. Man, I know I shouldn't just automatically assume the first named character I come across is the murderer. But I don't know. I feel like it's such an easy way to like pin the blame on someone else by having us be the one who discover it, and someone just like casually walks in who's also a member of the crew and be like, oh no, murderer. To accuse a passenger of such a grave crime without allowing him to give a proper defense. Can the professional flight attendant inside of you really call this action righteous? In Japanifornia, where everybody is able to declare you guilty before a trial, yes. You have a point. Very well, I'll listen to what you have to say. But be wary of what you reveal. I'm afraid you'll only look even more suspicious if your explanation fails to satisfy. And apparently this universe doesn't have pleading the fifth either. I also do not have the time to deal with you all day, so please make it quick. Of course, as you wish. Good, very well then. Let's get started. I know for a fact that I didn't kill the man in the elevator. What I don't know is what sort of evidence she has up her sleeve. But I'm certain it doesn't fit with how the crime really occurred. You know, I'm kind of curious about the court record here. Okay, so we don't know who the guy who died is. The victim was seated in first class like myself, but I don't know his name. Actually, like, I'm legitimately curious now, are there actually airplanes that are multi-floored? I imagine there aren't many. Rhoda she's 24! A Go-You Airlines flight attendant in charge of taking care of first class. I I don't know why, but every time I see the airline be called Go You, my first thought is, man, so are all the flight attendants like cheerleaders or something? Body found at 6:15 a.m. inside the elevator, and where did I get this magazine from? Details meals, movies, and other services. For all your dietary needs, best restaurants in disguise, featuring items from the world's finest restaurants. Treat yourself to the cuisine of the gods. 6:15, eh? I'm just wondering about like this flight itinerary and what's going to be happening. All time shown correspond to our departure time zone. I'm kind of surprised they actually give us a free movie to watch. Thank you for choosing Go You Airlines. We wish you a pleasant flight. If you require assistance at any time, please use the call button above your seat and a flight attendant will be with you shortly. I'm sorry, I'm looking at this movie on the right over here, and the fact that it's called License to Love, Laugh, and Maim. Like, is that a Schwarzenegger movie, or is that like a James Bond movie? Hey, Silver. Fun fact, the original translation listed the airline as iFly, but they had to change it for this translation since iFly is an actual company that makes luggage. No, that makes sense. I swear to tell the whole truth as a professional flight attendant. Unfortunately for you, Mr. Edgeworth, I am certain you are the killer. The scene I saw in front of the elevator. It was you standing there with fresh blood dripping off of the murder weapon. Are you talking about this stupid travel wallet? It's wine. So if you would please cooperate, we'll turn you over just as soon as we land. That's it? That's her evidence? I mean, to be fair, that's actually pretty incriminating evidence. If I saw someone, like, smack someone over the head with a murder weapon, I'd probably believe it too. But who the hell killed someone with a freaking travel wallet? I don't think you could ask for a more perfect witness testimony. Wouldn't you agree, Mr. Edgeworth? Not really. It's hardly perfect when there's a gaping hole in it. Rebuttal! I swear to tell the whole truth as a professional flight attendant. So, like, is the rest of the game seriously just going to be conversations? Is there no actual, like, court scenes in this game? I guess that kind of matches up with the title of the game, but still. Hold it! Tell me, what exactly put the pro and professional flight attendant for you? Well, it means we are very professional about how we take care of our passengers. Services like fetching papers and corresponding and responding to calls are done with speed and accuracy. I can assure you that I give testimonies with the same level of professionalism. But I'm sure you have already realized that by now, right? It's a bit hard to appreciate your professionalism when I'm the one under suspicion. And there you have it. My professional testimony is accurate and reliable. Unfortunately for you, Miss Edgeworth, I am certain you are the killer. Man, I'm just like so distracted by the fact that why the heck is the buns on her flight attendant outfit also like buttoned up around her like a bib? It matches up with her earrings too. Are the earrings part of the uniform too?
Oh boy, Edgeworth bound and gagged. I know that's someone's kink.
Private Butter, thank you for the 2 bits. How you doing? Unfortunately for you, Miss Edgeworth, I am certain you are the killer. Hold it! Certainly seem sure of yourself. Of course, a professional flight attendant can't afford to make mistakes after all. Perhaps, but you must admit there are a few who can look at murder with a clear mind. We attendants all go through extensive training and are always calm and collected. We even calmly serve you coffee if you so wish, as the plane makes a splashdown. I see that eye twitch of yours. If I was like Apollo, I'd be like, I am seeing your tail. I fail to see how that would be the calm and rational thing to do in an emergency. Even until the bitter end, we are there to serve the passengers. That is the duty of all professional flight attendants. It legitimately does kind of look like her hair is like a bunch of Lego blocks stacked into it. You certainly are confident. Anyway, shall we return to your testimony? The scene I saw in front of the elevator.
Hold it!
Yes, what did you see in front of the elevator?
That's what I was just about to tell you, Miss Edgeworth. Framed by the elevator doors and bathed in the light coming from within. It was you standing there with fresh blood dripping off of the murder weapon. Hello, Dea.
I see you're on the plane. If you want to entertain me, recommend the original Final Destination. Why are you so rude like that to people?
Hold it!
The murder weapon dripping with blood. Really now? I swear that was the grisly scene I saw before me.
Thank goodness it wasn't a passenger who saw there be widespread panic by now.
As I recall, you were quite panicked yourself at the time.
Excuse me?
You were scared enough to misread the situation and accuse me of murder.
Nonsense! Professional flight attendants cannot afford to be that flustered. I witnessed the murder scene and am now listening to your defense, all with a smile.
Apparently, you also lie with a smile on your face.
So if you please cooperate, we'll turn you over just as soon as we land.
Hold it!
I am not the culprit, and yet you would keep these restraints on me.
Mr. Edgeworth, please try to understand what kind of situation you're in right now.
And what exactly is my situation?
I have the backing of the captain to keep you bound this way. You're within our legal right to restrain anyone we might threaten our captain mid-flight. In essence, you're the same situation as someone who has been arrested by the police.
So I am to stay restrained until I can clear up all of her doubts. At least I'm close. Her mistake shines like the silver lining on a dark rain cloud. And I'm going to capture some of that light with evidence. Give me a quick sec, guys. For some reason, my head just started hurting really badly out of nowhere. Can you give me a quick moment? Yeah, I don't know where it came from. My head just started hurting for some reason. I was perfectly fine a moment ago. Alright. Still not feeling 100%, but hopefully it'll go away on its own. You know, remember how I said I barely slept? Maybe I should end the stream a little early so I can get some extra sleep. I'll try to go at least 3 hours, so we'll see from there. Okay, I guess I should present the travel wallet for myself. Actually, let me take a look at the body over here. And, this guy just got really battered in the back of the neck there. Got a whole bunch of cash lying around. There's a weird card thing over there. Huh. What if this is actually the murder weapon?
Objection!
First First objection, everybody.
Miss Tenero.
What is with all the yelling all of a sudden?
Force of habit. I'm not in a courtroom.
That or he got edgy anime hair dye? Not wrong.
Well, it doesn't matter.
Oh, third dot has to separate. Alright, I'm gonna have to keep track of the objections then.
Miss Tenero, you say you saw the murder weapon dripping with blood. Is that correct?
Yes, all that blood. Drip, drip, drip. Just recalling that scene sends a chill down my spine.
Sorry, but your so-called professional flight attendant training has failed you.
What?
I'd like to direct your attention to this.
Edgeworth, how the hell did you even pull that out when your hands are bound behind your back?
Do you know what this is?
It's a travel wallet, right? But it looks a little big and bulky. Telekinesis? Why am I suddenly imagining Edgeworth trying to lift a pizza by doing that telekinesis pose?
That thing you saw me holding when I discovered the dead body in the elevator. Was this very travel wallet, Miss Tenero?
At least I hope I'm pronouncing her name correctly. What? Impossible!
Now then, do you still think I'm the killer? That I killed him with a travel wallet?
But I saw blood dripping from the wallet. I know I did.
As you can see, this wallet is clearly stained. But if you would be so kind as to take a whiff.
He takes a whiff like, ah! Why does it smell like butts?
Haha, I farted on it. I think you'd agree it's only grape juice.
Okay, I'm legitimately curious. Is this actually grape juice or is it wine? Because like, the one time I thought it was like wine, it turned out it was literally grape juice. Because apparently like, Shu Takumi just really got into grape juice one day and he wanted to feature it in Ace Attorney in place of like wine. And I was like, oh, so it's actually juice. Then.
That's right, you mistook grape juice for blood. The murder weapon dripping with blood does not in fact exist.
No!
There, that should clear up that pesky accusation.
Personally, I think 4Kids Yu-Gi-Oh! Would be the only time wine to juice worked because Pegasus would drink juice out of a wine glass. Pegasus is that flamboyant. Hell, if you actually listen to him in the Japanese dub, he's always talking like this. So the English voice actor was actually a very good recreation of it. Hold it! Wait just a sec. That is... I mean, even a wallet could be deadly if it was wrapped around something heavy. I demand you show me what's inside. Please.
She's trembling, and the tacked-on sleeves at the end. Sounds like I've got her. There's no need to look inside. Even you can tell from its appearance that it's light.
No, I can't be sure of anything until I see the contents of that wallet for myself. I mean, some wallets have like metal chains attached to them, like mine has that.
Ah, she's a persistent one. I suppose we have no choice but to see what's inside. It's not even my wallet, so whatever. Miss Tenero, if you'd be so kind as to open the wallet and check its contents for me.
The wallet is full of rocks. Oh man, we found Charlie Brown's wallet? Alright, I usually don't pry into passengers' belongings, but we have no choice here.
Grape juice stains the outer cover. True, it was I who dropped it in the juice, however, I didn't do it out of ill intentions. It seems this password is all that's in here.
The Republic of Borgania? Wait, they're bringing back Borgania from Apollo Justice?
As you saw, there's nothing but a passport inside.
The surrenders your wallet was the murder weapon. Argument moot. Wouldn't you agree?
Hold it! Please hear me out, Mr. Edgeworth.
What is it now?
Well, I was wondering, whose passport is it exactly? Can I take a look?
Why not? I'm rather curious myself. But this is...
Republic of Bohemia passport. Type P, surname Hicks, given names Akbe, AKB, Akb Hicks. Abby Hicks. I'm trying to figure out the pun in this name. Abby Hicks. Akb Hicks. Yeah, I'm not picking up on the pun.
Just as I thought. This
travel wallet belongs to Akb Hicks. Oh no, it's the president of Acme! Which means that must have been done by Judge Doom!
which makes it the victim's property. His type is penis. Understood. He's another gay-o-fission-looking twink. Listen, all the male characters in this universe are gay, and all the women are lesbians. Mr. Hicks' travel wallet picked up off the floor in front of the elevator. There is but a passport inside. You stole the victim's wallet! Didn't you? How dare you!
You said it yourself. You claimed to be holding this wallet in your hands when I found you.
I mean...
Perhaps I did misconstrue the wallet for the murder weapon, but it seems that I wasn't wrong about who the culprit is. Mr. Nero's logic. As you claimed, the murder weapon's not the travel wallet. However, it is something you stole from Mr. Hicks after you were done with the vile deed. I find it hard to believe myself, but your motive was very simple. You were out to steal Mr. Hicks's money, weren't you?
Isn't Edgeworth, like, rich? Besides Wendy Oldbag? Wendy Oldbag is, like, super conservative. She'd be like, ew, gay people. He is that old, after all. So even though I don't have the murder weapon on me, you still suspect me, I see.
You stood up at the crime scene with the victim's wallet in your hands. How can I turn a blind eye and not suspect you of foul play?
He's definitely richer than Gumshoe? Absolutely.
As you claim, the murder weapon's not the travel wallet.
Shouldn't that be proof enough for you that I did not murder the victim?
Not at all.
Oh, and why not?
Because that wallet may not have been what I thought it was. However, it is something you stole from Mr. Hicks after you were done with the vile deed.
Hold it!
You think I stole it?
Yes. I'm very sorry to see it, and it wouldn't usually be so rude, but it must be said. I never thought I'd see the day, but here I am, calling a passenger a thief.
I feel like there'd be a lot of passengers who are thieves on board airplanes, but hey, what do I know?
Maybe I should put on a serious face and say it more directly. I believe you removed the wallet from the victim's personage.
It really doesn't matter how you phrase it. What I'd like to know is why you think I stole Mr. Hicks's wallet.
I find it hard to believe myself, but your motive was very simple.
Hold it!
I don't think I've any sort of motive to speak of. I've never met Mr. Hicks before, and our only connection is this one flight. And this flight doesn't even make a connection!
But that's more than enough of a reason.
How do you figure?
He was sitting in first class, and I think the implication is quite clear. You were out to steal Mr. Hicks's money, weren't you?
Ma'am, how would I even get to first class if I wasn't already here in first class? If I'm in first class, that means I'm pretty rich, wouldn't you say? Okay, so I have never flown first class in an airplane before. How much does it actually cost? Like, relatively speaking, compared to, like, a regular economy flight, I guess. She really is making a fool of herself pursuing this line of logic. You've never been on a plane, period? Wow. I've been on a few planes myself. Not willingly, mind you, but I have. That makes it sound like I got kidnapped on an airplane. No, I mean, like, I don't like flying on planes. I should spare her and present the piece of evidence that contradicts her testimony. I was here to rob him. Wait. If I were to steal the money, why is there money just strewn over her floor there? Objection! Given the times right now, you rather avoid it? Absolutely. Take it was based on Limit's life. Yeah, surprise, I was actually kidnapped and my family threatened to go kill them if they didn't release me. I wonder if I might get a word in, Miss Tenero. What is it now? Miss Tenero, I wonder if you noticed a contradiction within your own testimony. What are you talking about? It's simply impossible that the motive for this murder was monetary theft. One glance at the crime scene should have told you that. What about this scene would prove the motive for the murder was not the money? Clearly! It's the giant paperclip that he wears for a necktie!
Take that!
If I may direct your attention to things strewn all over the floor. Ah! That's right, the floor is covered in bills and coinage. Why is the music so good in this game? By your rationale, these were the very things the killer was after. I think we can assume that the wallet fell during the victim's struggle with his killer. And I would think that the killer would have noticed something like money scattering everywhere. Furthermore, as you can see, there was no effort made by the killer to gather the money. But the wallet...
Objection!
There's a few upscaled tracks, but yeah, you love the music for this? I'm kind of curious what the original sound like is, but I heard like the remixes in general were better. Oh yes, the wallet. You will also recall that the only thing in it was Mr. Hicks's passport. If you are really insisting that it was a crime based on greed, then you're claiming that it was all for an empty travel wallet. Forgive me, please! Hey, what the heck? Are you saying the attendant's wrong? So that guy isn't the killer? Don't believe it, everyone. It's a trick. Will you all please be quiet? You know, I will say this. It's actually really interesting having Edgeworth be the lead character in this game. Because, like, I don't know. Like, don't get me wrong. I love Edgeworth as a character. I'm not sure how I feel about him as a main character, though. Because it's like, it kind of feels like he's a little too competent compared to everybody else. So it kind of makes you feel like everyone is a colossal idiot compared to you. But I guess that's pretty much how Phoenix has to deal with a lot of the time as well. But I guess Phoenix is able to offset it by being a colossal goofball at times. You know, when he's not being, you know, mysterious mentor Phoenix Wright from Apollo Justice. Originally, the lead for this game was going to be Emma. I heard about that.
Yes?
You lost your cool when you saw the dead body. Plus the lounge was dark and looking into the light from the elevator. It's easy to see how you mistook the wallet in my hand for the murder weapon. I take no offense that you thought I was the killer. Mr. Edgeworth? Yes, I don't take offense. Now frickin' untie me! Thank you for releasing me. Eyeball tree fish Kamehameha! I apologize for the scissoring I'm about to do with this leaf, but this arrow is about to be Hadokened as I fire lightning bolts from my apology key. Exclamation mark! What is it now? Tentacle hentai monster tree fish Hadoken moose a creature from Undertale mono eye from Kid Icarus Uprising tree. Everybody do the dinosaur. Scissoring with Serene from Pokemon. Elk question mark. Discovered by guards in Metal Gear Solid. Miss Tenero, if you could please translate, I'd be much obliged. You know, I don't think being a flight attendant requires you to be bilingual, but what do I know? That boat looks more like a Steenade than a Serena. I can't remember the middle evolution, Lundea.
It sounds like Borgnian, but I don't understand any of it. There's another attendant on this flight who...
Okay, what kind of accent do I even give a Borgnian person? I don't want to sound super offensive and be like doing a weird accent that makes me sound stereotypical. But at the same time, I feel like this guy would have an accent. What is the most stupid accent I can make that's not actually a real accent? What if I just do Don Carnage from Tailspin? I say that he's is giving the runabout. I don't require an interpreter. I speak English just well. See? You know what's great about Don Carnage? He doesn't actually have a real accent. It's just a mishmash of random accents that Jim Cummings came up with. You, the attendant.
Yes, sir.
I want this person to be under arrest until we arrive at the airport. Please don't stroke your statue in front of me. It's very creepy. I'm sorry, sir, but what exactly are you hoping for? What is it that you want? I'm finished talking to the likes of you. Please, I would like to hear why you would like me to be held under arrest until we land. You! How dare you try to waste my time! So you're the murderer then, got it. Ah, man, look! He's giving us the finger guns! He's clearly got the murder weapons right there! You were the one who stuck your nose into my affairs! I want to spend even at least one more second with my precious heart! I've no time for other things. I know what you are. I see through you. Insolvent. Yes, I'm pretty sure that's how you say it in English. Well, I should hope I'm not monetarily bankrupt, but I don't think that's what you meant.
Pew 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 pew. Pew 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 pew.
I'm sorry, but I don't think I caught your name.
I am Zinc LeBlanc II.
White Zinc? I am a very wealthy man in Borginia. But I am not an ordinary rich man. I am an art dealer, a rich seller of beauty. Ah, so you're like Hugo from Zenless, got it.
Mr. LeBlanc, what do you mean just now?
Pardon?
When you said that Mr. Edgeworth was giving me the runabout.
I have to explain. I am a JoJo character. Everyone gives everyone the runabout. Honestly, he dresses like a JoJo character. I can totally see a JoJo character dress up like this. Unbelievable. I will see it once and only once. I do not have even a second to waste. Time is money, as they say. Yes, and yet you continue to blather on. I saw it. Yes, I did. I saw the victim go onto the elevator, going down to the lounge. It was exactly at 6 o'clock.
And what's the significance of that time?
At 6, he says. Wait, you saw him at 6?
What's the matter, Mr. Edgeworth?
He understands, I see. Miss Attendant, what time did you discover the body?
Well, it was a little after that patch of turbulence, so I would say around 6:15.
Hicks was his name, was it? Then I say that, man, Hicks was killed in the 15 minutes time span. And the only person in the lounge at that time was this prosecutor, yes? I don't know why I'm giving him such a weird voice. Yeah, I was in my seat the whole time. Me too, I was watching the movie, enjoying a fine glass of grape juice. You're drinking way more than just grape juice, my good man. You've been drinking like the entire alcohol cabinet.
I was eating, still haven't finished, see?
I don't know why, but the fact that he's wearing lederhosen, I'm just like, this kid has to be German, right? He's got to be like Uter from like The Simpsons. Or like that one fat German kid from Charlie and the Chocolate Factory. But my god, though, that is a delicious looking... Yo! You have a Dreamcast? Aw, man. I wish I had a Dreamcast. The passengers have an alibi, so you have no problem with them, I suppose. No complaints, I see. Not a single word against this, right? I have no way of discounting what you have put forth at this plain point. It wasn't me. You can say there's a little Uter inside of all of us. In fact, you can say we ate Uter and he's in our stomachs. Thank you for reminding me of that episode, because you know that episode actually gave me nightmare fuel as a kid, because like they actually show Bart and Lisa falling into that blender and then being like torn to shreds. That traumatized me as a kid because I always dreamt about that happening to me. Oh, so you say, but do you have what you say, the evidence? I'm slowly devolving into French. I apologize to all my French viewers. All one of them.
Mr. Edgeworth, are you really the culprit after all?
Mr. LeBlanc, I suppose you are quite certain what you saw, enough to give testimony. Of course, I was looking at the man the whole time. You were playing with that little annoying, small machine the whole time. Machine? Yes, that's what you people call it in English, yes? It was making me crazy with the click, click, click. From that description, it sounds like some sort of small computer.
I believe what Mr. LeBlanc is talking about is a cell phone. I have to say that I did see him playing with it quite a bit myself.
I mean, nowadays you see everyone playing with their smartphones. You know, when I was lining up for a Zenless event recently, everyone was just vibing out on their phones, refusing to talk to anybody else aside from their friends. You like how this man is literally named White White? He is the whitest person in all of Ace Attorney. A simple cell phone, a laptop I've organized so I can see, but that's kind of low budget. Excuse you? Do you know how expensive phones are these days? Freaking smartphones are like thousands of dollars a pop. I hate that noisy little machine in his hand. Not a fragment of beauty, all it produces is ugly sounds. My phone makes Pikmin noises every time I get a text message. Anyway, I know what I saw. Miss Tenero.
Yes?
I was wondering if I might be granted permission to examine the crime scene.
What, do you want to examine the crime scene?
Can I just say it's a little weird that we're kind of playing this with, like, no assistant? It kind of feels like Edgeworth should have an assistant. If you would grant me a little measure of time, I'm sure I can produce the real culprit.
I don't like the sound of that. The fox in the duck pen, as it were. Yes, I think that's how you say in English.
It's Fox guarding the hen house, and I believe my innocence was proven earlier. And if I'm given a chance, I can clear up all the remaining doubts. Miss Tenero, if you wait until we arrive, there's a good chance that some evidence will have been destroyed by then.
I understand. Let me see what the captain has to say. Ha! That should not be approved! Please, Mr. LeBlanc, it's an emergency. All decisions are to be made by the captain alone. Does the captain actually have say over everything during a flight? I assume that the flight attendant technically has more authority aside from, you know, who's flying the plane. Now, please wait here while I go ask the captain what to do. Because isn't the captain too busy flying the plane to be worrying about this garbage? I'll be right back. You are not planning to erase evidence when you are doing your investigation, yes?
Of course not.
We will see. Mr. Edgeworth, you have the captain's permission to investigate the crime scene. What? Unbelievable!
I am in your debt, Miss Tenero.
However, there is one condition. I am to supervise you. Can you agree to that? Ah! Hot woman being my supervisor, by all means.
Of course, I see no problem with that stipulation. It's only natural as I am still a suspect in this case. And besides, I need to surround myself with the finest women in order to hide the fact that I'm secretly gay from my best friend. I mean, what?
I take full responsibility and will watch Mr. Edgeworth's every move. I hope this is reinsurance enough that there will be no foul play.
And then Miss Tenero shows up an hour later dead.
Now then, Mr. Edgeworth, shall we proceed? If you should need any help with anything, please feel free to use X-Men to talk.
I understand. I will be sure to call the X-Men whenever I need to talk. It's time to head to the scene of the crime, the first floor lounge. Zinc LeBlanc is 62 years old. Good lord.
From North European Republic of Borginia, says he's a wealthy art dealer. He's obsessed with time.
Abby Hicks. Apparently he was 28. What a sad way to die. Sad time too, actually.
Are you in need of assistance?
Miss Tenero, I'd like to ask you about investigating the lounge.
As long as you have the captain's permission, I can't stop you from looking around.
If you could pass a message along, tell him I'm grateful for his spirit of cooperation.
I will. However, please realize that you're still under suspicion. To be honest, I still have my doubts about you.
Of course, and I take no offense.
Do you really understand what I'm saying?
Yes, verily. I'm sorry, I cannot hear verily without thinking about Thor. Yes, verily. How about thee?
Do you pinky swear you do on your honor as a professional prosecutor?
I pinky swear I do. On my honor as a professional prosecutor.
Well, I guess that settles that.
I feel my honor as a man slowly diminishing.
You know what? I'm kind of curious. Does she have anything to say if I present to her my attorney badge? Or prosecutor's badge, rather? Even if you show that to me, I still cannot allow you free reign. I'm sorry, but I must admit that I saw my doubts about you.
Guilty until proven innocent, I see.
That's just the way this universe works, sadly.
This was Mr. Hicks' seat. I don't see the machine Mr. LeBlanc was talking about.
Perhaps it's in the elevator.
Maybe we should probably head down to the crime scene now.
No, gotta investigate everything before you head into the next area. That's how video games work.
Oh my god, this is really stuttery though.
Are you guys seeing the stutter at your guys' end, or is it just me?
It's my seat. Unfortunately, I didn't bring anything particularly useful for an investigation. It's not as if I'm constantly prepared for such a thing to occur. Ah, that's right. I was in the middle of recreating a chess game.
Just an observation, but aren't there too many red knights around that lone blue pond?
Oh, is this a joke about Phoenix? Nonsense, it simply shows that the blue pawn is no match for the red knight's might. So you want to dominate Phoenix, got it. It also shows that Miles Edgeworth favors the red team in Team Fortress. Don't get near me, you criminal!
He said, don't get near me, you criminal.
I am not the killer, and I intend to prove that starting now.
But that's contradictory to the facts! He says, but that's contradictory to the facts.
I can understand his English just fine. Thank you very much. What's a lifesaver doing here?
I brought it in! The in-flight shop just beyond the lounge. How fancy is this plane that it can afford a frickin' shop? If something should happen, having no one will save your life. I feel like if you fall out of a plane, the ocean will kill you before you even hit the water. Well, after you hit the water.
I think this guy would have been better off not taking a plane to begin with.
Should've just gotten for a boat ride instead.
Hey, miss, how about another glass? Excuse me, but I was wondering if you know anything about the murder.
How about it? How about a glass together?
Ah, so you're a drunk flirt. Got it.
Hey, Dirt Dog, we're currently trying to prove that we're not the murderer. And there's this rich, like, weirdly, vaguely European guy trying to get us convicted.
No, but I must decline.
I wasn't talking to you. I was asking the cute attendant. I'm sorry, but I'm on the clock right now. But if you need a refill, I'll be happy to bring you another glass at any time. You got it, toots.
That's no way to talk to a lady.
Quick, Edgeworth, slap him with a glove. Challenge him to a duel.
Actually, would Edgeworth be able to win in a duel now that I think about it?
March 12th, 7:26 a.m. Flight G390, first floor lounge.
I wasn't even trying to go down here. I want to thank you for your help back there, Miss Tenero.
It was nothing. You should thank the captain for granting you permission. And just so everything is perfectly clear, I still don't trust you. Your standing with me hasn't changed one iota.
I see. I will bear that in mind.
I received an order from the captain earlier. He wanted you to know that we reserve the right to stop your investigation if we feel you are not making progress. And when we do, he asks that you please return to your seat at that time.
So my time runs on his and his crew's discretion, does it? I have to find a way to discredit Mr. LeBlanc's testimony before time's up.
I wonder if there's an actual in-game timer, or if that's just like them making stuff up.
I understand. By the way, is there any place you can think of where the killer might hide on board?
I don't think so. After every flight, first-class passenger was accounted for at his or her seat. We made a thorough search of the plane. As for business and economy class, no one can move between those two classes and first class without a staff key card. And we found no record of a key card being used at all.
Which means that I have a first-class killer on my hands. At least, I know that much for sure. And one other thing. No one else has been allowed near this crime scene since the murder was discovered either. Now then, let's get started.
But where should we start from?
Let's start with Mr. LeBlanc's statements. The crime occurred between 6 a.m. and 6:15 a.m. During that interval, the only person in the lounge was myself, which would make me the prime suspect. However, since I did not kill Mr. Hicks, it means that the killer is around somewhere.
Where was the killer? What Blue's Clues point to where the killer has been? Can you guys help me figure out Blue's Clues? We're all going to play Blue's Clues. We're all going to play Blue's Clues. We're all going to play Blue's Clues. If we are to believe what you say is true, then yes.
But the first order of business will be to gather information to win your trust.
Let me head back upstairs really quick. Okay, never mind. The game won't let me actually go back up. Rude. I wanted to talk to the last passenger. You know, Augustus Gloop. This door leads to the flight attendant's room. But please understand that it's off limits to unauthorized personnel.
It's off limits, so it's on limits for me, right?
Yo, Gabby, how's it going? Don't mind me, just doing case 2 at the moment.
The room is giving off the scent of woman's perfume. One would think that perfume would smell great, however, to me it simply smells.
Gotcha, so you hate my Valentine, got it.
Not that I have any interest in what lies behind this door.
Ah, so Edgeworth proves that he is indeed disinterested in women.
Perhaps we should return to the investigation, Mr. Edgeworth.
Mr. Edgeworth?
Sorry, I spaced out for a second there.
Edgeworth realizing his own sexuality. Who the heck is this president?
These bottles and glasses must have been broken by the turbulence. There's quite a bit of broken glass here. Please be careful when passing through the area.
Thank you very much for the warning, Mr. Edgeworth. However, no matter how kind you are towards me, know that does not clear up any suspicions I have about you.
Well, at the very least, Tenero isn't very easily bought out by Stockholm Syndrome or whatever. I wasn't warning you for the sake of clearing my name. These counter windows offer a glimpse of the sky, but these clouds, they tell me nothing.
Mr. Edgeworth, you look like you're talking to the clouds.
Old man too busy yelling at clouds. Is that so? Then tell me, what do you suppose I said to them?
I don't know, but it looked like a rather one-sided conversation.
The clouds, they tell me nothing. Edgeworth, what is wrong with you? Why do you care so much about clouds? Are you just like a big Final Fantasy VII fan?
This grand piano is the pride of this plane. It can play the music of whatever CD we insert.
What?
What do you mean it can play whatever CD you want?
What do you mean it has a CD drive? That's not a piano, it's more like an overgrown music box.
Ah, but it's keyed to presses along with the music, so there really is someone playing it.
Aye, but it's based off of a real treasure. Ah! Ha, 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 ha. Boy, Mr. Krabs, you sure are sweaty. Some people have entirely too much money to waste on overly complex toys. What or who is this?
This is a bronze statue of the founder of Go You Airlines, Mr.
Hugo Hughes. Hugo Hughes.
The one on the left is of when he was in his 40s, and the other is of him in his 80s.
Well, we can say he always looked his age. Did the man age at all during those 4 decades? Maybe I need to squint more. This toppled over chair, another victim of the turbulence.
Oh no, look at all that grape juice staining the back. It may not look it, but this chair was extremely valuable.
Well, Hughes is not real going right now. Hey DK, how's it going? Do you think his children are she-go, he-go, me-go, and we-go? It was.
Yes, it was used when the Rocker Pals.
Why does the Rocker Pals sound like a band made up the Puppet Pal friends from Puppet Pal Pals from Dexter's Laboratory? The Rocker Pals.
The Rocket Pals leader sat in this very chair.
I'm sorry, but what are these Rocker Pals?
I can't believe you never heard of them. They're all the rage. The Rocket Pals are an extremely popular international band. They added the pals part as they became more popular, especially among teens.
Gotcha, so they're the 18s. Oh, that explains it. I'm not really one for the music of today. Same. I don't really know any music today that I really like. Maybe I should ask Detective Gumshoe about them later. On second thought, I can already see how confusing the conversation would get. Glasses and candles thrown in disarray by the turbulence.
It's been a while since I've seen this big of a mess. It's terribly embarrassing, but I thought it was an earthquake for a second. And I frantically started searching for gas valves to shut off.
I guess the shaking of the plane was bad enough to be mistaken for a real earthquake. Not that I would know, since I was unconscious for most of it. Man, Edgeworth is sad. Even though, like, he's already resolved the whole, like, earthquake situation with his dad, he still passes out from earthquakes happening. Or at least turbulence that recreates an earthquake. A pity that a bronze statue knows not when good drink has been spilt at its feet.
Also, how long has these statues been around to the point where they oxidized and turned green? Like the freaking Statue of Liberty. This is a statue of our founder, Mr. Hugo Hughes, who was a big fan of grape juice. I'm sure he'd be thrilled if he knew so much grape juice was here at his feet.
Is that a hint of hero worshipping I detect?
The in-flight shop is just beyond these shutters. But we don't have permission to open them, so I'm afraid I must leave them closed.
There must still be clues to be found in this lounge. I must remain ever vigilant. There's still some spilled grape juice in front of the elevator. I assume it was spilled during the turbulence.
Oh, we must clean that up or someone might get hurt.
Aha!
What is it, Mr. Edgeworth?
I found some very important evidence. What is the important piece of evidence in this scene?
Well, there's a broken glass here.
Take that!
I'm not sure what's so important about that, Mr. Edgeworth.
No, wait. Oh.
This is what happens when I don't pay attention, guys.
Curses, this is no time to get careless. We must always be careful,
But we mustn't be careless.
allow me to point out to you once more.
Take that!
What is it?
They're a little smudged, but I think we can both agree they're a set of footprints.
So you think?
Yes, these belong to our killer.
But then maybe we should check the shoe sizes of everyone in first class. Wow, these shoes are a perfect recreation of your shoes, Edgeworth.
I don't think that'll be of any help to us. Unfortunately, the prints are too smudged, which will make it hard to get a definitive match.
Oh, I see.
Still, it gives us an idea that they went inside of the shop. What floor is this elevator service?
Only the first and second, though it can also go down to the cargo hold. However, that requires a flight crew key card.
Got it, so the killer is actually a member of the crew. Noted. So the only floors accessible to the passengers are the first and second, huh? I won't rest until I investigate every suspicious-looking nook and cranny. I wonder what was hanging off of this lanyard. Something's missing from this picture. Now, if I could just put my finger on it. I doubt anyone was expecting to find a dead body in an elevator on this flight.
So, Mr. Hicks, he's really dead?
Yes. She's trembling, but though I can't fault her for that one, there's a corpse right there.
Mr. Hicks, if you're really dead, then please answer yes. Please don't get up and... Please don't wake up and get up.
Okay, I won't. I see she's over the trembling now, although a new symptom seems to have appeared. Anyway, I should focus on the victim's body. Let's see. There's blood on the back of Mr. Hickson's head. Could this be the cause of death? He appears to have been struck very hard. Even his glasses are broken.
The victim's glasses are broken. Were they broken during his murder?
Money is strewn all over the floor of the elevator. I would guess it was all Mr. Hicks's wallet at some point.
Something tells me they were searching through Mr. Hicks's wallet and trying to find something specific.
What is this sinister-looking figure on the floor here?
Sinister, because, you know, cats.
Or maybe it's a raccoon, it's hard to say.
Oh, that's a piggy bank of our company mascot, Captain Hugo. It's just one of the many pieces of merchandise we sell at our in-flight shop. This bank is a limited edition, so popular that we're down to our last one.
You have an in-flight shop?
Yes, it's just beyond the lounge to the right. The shutter to the store is closed at the moment, but it was open the whole flight up until Mr. Hicks's body was discovered.
There's blood here. This has been the murder weapon.
The blood on it is still fresh.
There's no grape juice residue on the soles of his shoes, making it highly unlikely that Mr. Hicks entered this elevator after the turbulence. Also, can I just say that the music is such a vibe? Like, this is like lo-fi beats that you can investigate crimes to. Apparently there was still something here I never investigated. Not entirely sure what I should be investigating, though. Thought I clicked everything. Oh, what's this in your pocket here? There's something sticking out of his pocket. Hopefully he won't mind if I take a look at what's inside. Don't mind me, just looting and robbing an old dead body. It's a picture. It looks like it was taken inside of a building somewhere. Yep, this is me. You might be wondering how I got it. Oh! His phone was his lanyard. Found out the victim's pocket. A souvenir picture, perhaps? Is this somehow connected to any of the evidence I hoed? Okay, if I were to guess... Mr. Hicks's machine is nowhere to be found. His machine? His cell phone, Miss Tenero. Also, I guess it's not here. Yes, I think we can safely deduce that the killer took it. Missing cell phone data jotted down in my organizer. The victim supposedly had one, but it's gone missing. There are a few copies of Sky Magazine in the magazine rack. This one's special is an English trivia quiz. What kind of trivia do you have about the freaking English language? I guess, do you guys know about Goaty? Do you know how Goaty can be pronounced like fish? That's not a bad idea. I heard that the youth of today don't know a particle from a participle. Now, don't go around confusing people with made-up words, Mr. Edgeworth. You know what's sad? I even have a hard time defining what a participle is, and I have an English degree. Who's ever heard of such a silly word as participle? I'm in pain. Case in point. Chat, remind me, how old was Edgeworth again? I don't quite remember how old he is supposed to be. Am I missing something here? Limit aged. Hush. Everyone's aging. I'm aging. You're aging. And someday it'll happen to you. Where was the killer? What clues do we have that to where the killer had been? Well, this weapon has blood on it, and this guy died from blunt force trauma. I wonder what led to this. A statue of blood on it lying next to the body of a man who was beaten to death. Oh, Mr. Edgeworth, I think I figured something out. No, you meant Edgeworth is my age? Oh man, I'm so sorry. The way the blood is on this, it looks like it matches up with the wound on his head. Well, aren't we deserving of the master of the obvious title? I do appreciate the sass that Edgeworth has, though.
Well, what do you think, Mr. Edgeworth? Don't you think it's worth investigating?
It would appear that this figurine is our murder weapon.
Oh, I just knew it. I mean, I can't think of any other connection.
Perhaps Master of the Oblivious would be more befitting. Alright, so if the killer and the grape juice were related with the footprints, I imagine this is where the killer probably went. What do you mean that didn't connect? Oh, a shining example of the perfect line of logic. What? What do you mean? The spilled grape juice clearly shows you where they went! Fine, I guess the killer had to be in the elevator at some point. True, there wasn't anyone else in the lounge other than myself before the turbulence. But if the killer was in the elevator with the victim, that's the different story. I thought that was so obvious I didn't need to actually establish that logic. Wow, this game wants me to go full baby knowledge on this. Fine, I'll goo goo gaga my way through this. Goo goo gaga. Murder happened in elevator. Goo goo gaga. Dead man was victim because he is dead. In the elevator with Hicks. If only I can prove that the killer rode the elevator with Hicks. I guess the broken glass is to prove that it happened during the murder. Or not. Is the grape juice supposed to establish that he was in the elevator? Apparently. I have it.
I'm sorry, but I don't understand, Mr. Edgeworth.
I can prove that someone other than myself was here around the time of the murder.
What, really?
Man, it's almost as if there are freaking footprints on the floor. Yes, it's rather simple, actually. Proof is in the pudding. Or rather, the grape juice in this case. These footprints are here to confess to me this very fact. That someone exited the elevator. Alive? Seeing as how the victim is dead, that would mean a second person.
But couldn't the footprints be from Mr. Hicks's himself?
Ah, but if you take a look at a victim's shoes, you can see the soles are spotless. Which means Mr. Hicks wasn't alone in the elevator. In fact, it's quite the opposite. There was actually one other person inside the elevator. I completed! And somehow got restored all my HP. You know, I am legitimately curious what would happen in this game if you ran out of HP in your bar. Like, I know you go for a game over, but what's the in-universe game logic for it? Is this like, I'm sorry, Mr. Edgeworth, but it's clear that you cannot figure out anything else. We're throwing you in jail now. No! What's going on over there? Leaf, cockroach, fishman, elk, front-facing antlers, tree, exclamation mark. The Keyblade will be able to fight against the Scissor Blade from Kill la Kill, but you have to stop it all with the Leaf Shield from Mega Man, as Serini is faced to devour a golden carrot, as you are bound to prostrate before it in order to unleash the Keyblade of legend against the mighty moose. in Canadian Maple Leaf way. However, you must apologize, chat. Apologize by showing me the Keyblade in order to overcome Flagra the fish person, in order to do the Fango Tango against the mighty Stantler. But as we pause to ellipses to Hadoken the Mono-Eye and learn to where the Scissor Blade by Ellen Joe of Zenless Zone Zero to fight against the mightiest Pokemon with an arrow. Oh, hi, pretty lady. Hello there. Unforgivable! This is unforgivable! Do you understand what I'm saying? The movie is late! It is the same little bad as if the plane arrived late.
But the movie...
What? I will not talk to you anymore. You are just wasting me time.
What's the matter, Mr. LeBlanc?
If there is no
If there's no emergency, please return to your seat, sir.
Do not tell me what to do. I do not need to sit down. Well, Mr. Prosecutor, do you prove you are innocent yet? Yes, no, maybe? If you would like, I'll prove my innocence to you right now. What nonsense! Are you saying my eyewitness testimony is mistaken? Not mistaken, merely that there's room for doubt. I'd be most honored if you could please tell me what you saw in detail once more. Can I just say it's really funny that you can tell that Edgeworth's model is taken from the courtroom scenes in the previous Ace Attorney games? Because of just how much more massive he is on the torso compared to LeBlanc's torso. Fine, suit yourself. I will unleash the finger bang. What I saw. Finger gun. I am certain I saw Mr. Hicks enter that elevator. It was when the needles on my watch pointed to the 6 and the 12. The body discovered 15 minutes after that in the lounge, yes? Then you, the only person in the lounge at that time, must be the criminal.
What if the small hand was actually pointing at the 12?
Sir LeBlanc's conclusions didn't make logical sense. After all, the only person in the lounge at the supposed time of the murder was me. So, my eyewitness testimony, if you think you can destroy it, then come, let me see. Hurry! Do I look like a man who is having the time to wait for you? Why is he so irritated? I'm the one accused of murder here. Anyway, I must find a way to discredit Mr. LeBlanc's account somehow and fast. We gotta rebut him. I am certain I saw Mr. Hicks enter that elevator. It was when the needles of my pocket watch pointed to the 6 and the 12. Let's press this. Mr. LeBlanc, were you able to get a look at the inside of the elevator at that time? Of course, I saw what was inside. And you are sure that the victim was in the elevator alone? Yes, the only person inside was that Mr. Hicks man. Got it, so the person who murdered him was the Invisible Man. This outburst is a bit too important to let go. The only person inside was Mr. Hicks man.
Hold it!
Was he really alone? Of course, I will bet even 1 cent. Chat, I'll bet you 1 bit that I am probably not the killer. A cheap ante for a cheap testimony. Aren't you supposed to be rich? But if that's how you want to play it, I'll happily take your 1 cent.
I'll take your cents. Be a quick moment to stretch, guys. Feeling a little tired.
I could probably use a coffee, frankly.
It was when the needles of my pocket watch pointed to the 6 and the 12.
Hold it!
What's yours is mine.
To be fair, if Edgeworth was the killer, this would be a much shorter game than what Capcom was advertising.
Imagine if Edgeworth actually did kill someone, and then we were supposed to prove that was a justified murder. I assume the pocket watch in this case is the one you keep checking, is that correct?
Archie Notice is a very expensive antique, I will have you know.
But that 1 cent's not good enough.
That feeling is wonderful when I fully wind it up by hand.
It does look very well designed and quite classy.
I will have to charge you if you want to touch it.
That's quite alright, let's continue with your testimony.
What a cheap man you are. Now return to the time you wasted back to me. Every month I saw Mr. Hicks under the elevator at 6 o'clock. The body was discovered 15 minutes after that in the lounge, yes?
Hold it!
It's true that I found the victim's body at 6:15.
And that's when I found the two of them as well. You see, it all matches my testimony. Then you, the only person in the lounge at that time, must be the criminal.
Hold it!
That is the most mistaken way of thinking I've ever heard of.
Hold it! No, your silly opinion is what is mistaken. Please calm down, the both of you. In a sense, you're both mistaken.
Well, if that isn't the pot calling the kettle black, then I don't know what is. I spy a little hole in his words. As you wish, Mr. LeBlanc, I will show you proof of my innocence. What do I have here that can prove him otherwise? The only person inside was that Mr. Hicks man. But we established that the killer had to been on the elevator, right? Why do I feel like there was something that I'm supposed to notice about the time? Six and 12. So it had to happen at like 6 o'clock. The body was discovered 15 minutes after that in the lounge, yes? Then you, the only person in the lounge at the time, must be the criminal. I mean, I assume I'm supposed to present this. Nope, that wasn't right. God dang it. Mr. LeBlanc, your testimony just now contradicts this piece of evidence.
Yes, from the old word contradictus.
Oh, you are correct, but what does that have to do with the present situation?
The word implies that the parts against then speak. I dare say I don't deal in such double talk. My art dealings are clean.
That's all well and good. However, about this piece of evidence...
There's no value in that! I am not interested in buying that from you.
There's plenty of value in it, and even just superficially.
What am I supposed to present here? The other person inside was that Mr. Hicks man.
Objection!
Man, so it's not that I'm supposed to present the fact that the murder happened inside of the elevator. I'm not entirely sure what the game's trying to get me to prove at the moment. It was when the needles of my pocket watch pointed to the 6 and the 12. I keep thinking that his numbers might have been mixed up somehow. I keep wondering if, like, there's supposed to be something about the clock I'm supposed to be picking up on. The body was discovered 15 minutes after that in the lounge. I'm so mad. Guys, like, okay, so I want to explain myself on this one. I know it says lounge. I'm just, like, really tired. I think I missed that part.
Objection!
The testimony just now on this piece of evidence.
I cannot believe how much time I have spent here. You'll pay for this time with your piece of evidence.
What? No, stop! This is a valuable piece of evidence!
You do not know how to use it, then give it to me. I will use it for you.
I know how to use it just fine, thank you. I simply made it.
How's this a tiny error? The body wasn't found in the lounge. It was found in the elevator. I think their dog missed a few objections here. Because, like, it says that it was found inside the elevator on the first floor. Am I missing something here? Is that not what the contradiction is? He says he found that in the lounge, but this was found in the elevator.
Hold it!
Am I crazy? Did I not present the fact that this was found in the elevator? Am I losing my mind here? The contradiction clearly says that in the lounge versus in the elevator. The only person in the lounge at the time must be the criminal. But the footprints clearly show that there was someone else in here? No, that's not it. I already presented this. Why did I think that'd work again? What do you want me to present? I'm actually super baffled right now. Like, they clearly say the body was discovered 15 minutes after that in the lounge, and I have evidence that says it was found in the elevator. There's no money whatsoever in this travel wallet. What's this? You want to make a suggestion? Yeah. Oh, look in the wallet? No, there's nothing there. There's some blood on one of the corners. Could this piggy bank be the murder weapon? Is this Go-You Airlines? You know, I've seen it occur a lot recently. It's been bothering me greatly. Why do some brands think it's acceptable to simply smash two words together and call it a day? It was when the needles on my pocket watch pointed to 6 and 12. Body was discovered 15 minutes after that in the lounge, yes? This has to be it! There's literally nothing else here to suggest that.
Objection!
Ah.
Hold it!
Found the victim's body at 6:15, and that's when two of them as well. Matches your testimony. I swear I'm losing my mind! There is only one contradiction I can see here, and that is the fact that it was found in the elevator versus the lounge. What am I doing wrong? Unless there's some other contradiction I'm not picking up here. Ugh. Hang on a second, guys. It looks like there was a bot in the Discord server. I'm gonna have to take care of this. Man, I really hate it whenever a bot freaking enters into your Discord server and you don't even notice. Because you're in the middle of a freaking stream! I'm so stuck. I have no idea what I'm supposed to present here. Is this just like a bad localization where they accidentally put lounge instead of elevator?
Objection! Objection!
I have no idea what the game wants me to present at this point. I'm so freaking mad. I am just, okay. Unless it's something really freaking obvious, and I'll be real, if I get any, like, people telling me later, oh man, Limit, how did you not realize something so obvious? I am, like, baffled by the fact that there is an obvious contradiction here, but the game doesn't want to accept it. It's literally right here. The body was discovered 15 minutes after that in the lounge, yes. But in my evidence, body found inside elevator. Yeah, nameless. Beat him to death with a murder weapon and jump out the plane to make our getaway? Not a bad idea.
Objection!
I legitimately don't know anymore. I'm so freaking mad right now.
Objection!
This is actually so incredibly stupid. Ugh. I'm just so lost right now. I don't know anymore. The only person inside I pressed every single statement. I actually freaking... Oh my god. What am I doing wrong? I have never been this frustrated with an Ace Attorney game before when there's nothing to present. I have no evidence here to actually present aside from this one contradiction. And I swear to God, I know for a fact I'm going to get people being like, oh, Limit, how did you not realize something like this? How did you not notice something like this? I am looking at every single piece of evidence, reading everything. I looked at every single line. I am trying to notice any possible thing that could possibly tell me off of all the information it's telling me. I keep looking at the times. I keep on looking at when these things are happening. And this is irrelevant at the time. This is also irrelevant at the time. Ugh. I know for a fact I'm gonna get so many people later going to be all like, oh, Limit, how the heck did you not notice this? You are such an ignoramus. Ugh. As someone who's played this game, don't lead hard on himself if this case gets obtuse. I'm more annoyed about the fact that I feel like I know what the answer is, but for some reason won't give me the correct answer. You Googled what to do out of curiosity. You know what? Go ahead and tell me at this point because I don't know anymore. Because I am going to be I am so mad that this game will not accept the fact what I'm trying to point out here. Oh my god, oh my god, I swear to freaking god. Goldie, the only person inside was 6. Okay. That has nothing to do with anything! What do you mean present the footprints? This has nothing to do with anything! What does that have to do with anything? That only proves that someone walked by the elevator! That doesn't mean that they were inside the elevator!
That proves absolutely freaking nothing! I'm not yelling at you, Nameless, to be clear. I'm yelling at the game. This proves absolutely nothing! You know what? I'm so freaking mad at this. Like, that actually pisses me off a lot. How does that lead to the conclusion that it did? I don't care what writing they're going to justify for this, because that makes absolutely no sense as someone who's trying to present evidence. Ah!
Mr. LeBlanc.
What is it?
There is a very glaring contradiction in your testimony.
Yeah, and apparently it wasn't even obvious enough to me. Even though it was very blatantly obvious in the written evidence.
What do you mean? Please take a look at the area in front of the elevator. There, at the spilled grape juice.
Yes, and? Will you admit you also spilled it with the blood?
No, it spilled itself during the turbulence. But the interesting thing here is the set of grape juice footprints.
The footprints?
Yes, the ones that lead from within the elevator out into the lounge itself. It's evidence that proves that someone other than Mr. Hicks has exited the elevator alive.
Oof. Yes, oof, because what the frick does that have to do with anything? Lead from within the elevator? No, it does not! That proves absolutely nothing! Because you easily could have just walked from left to right. You didn't have to walk from the elevator into it. This is so bullshit! You could have easily have just walked from the left side of the room to the right. You didn't have to walk from the elevator out. You know, the conclusion refers to follow the game's exact steps to the conclusion. I'm trying to follow the game's exact steps to the conclusion. Because, like, yes, obviously that the killer walked out of the elevator. That makes perfect sense. I understand that. The problem is, I didn't get to that conclusion yet. Because usually Ace Attorney is all about, oh, hey, you have to follow the exact steps there, like you said, DK. And to be clear, I'm not yelling at, I want to be clear, I'm not yelling at the chat. I'm just frustrated at the game. I don't want anyone be thinking I'm mad at anyone in chat right now. I want to be clear on that. I'm just saying that, like, usually it'd be like, oh, hey, how did we get to that point, rather than what the conclusion is before we get to that point. We're putting the cart before the horse.
There must have been another person in the elevator with Mr. Hicks. Now then, I'm done playing games. Why don't you tell us the truth?
I am so freaking annoyed, I'm not even gonna bother trying to translate this. The footprints themselves don't even look like they came from the elevator. They'd have been a curve for them to be in that case. Exactly! Like if you look at the goddamn footprints, here's the elevator on the left over here. You easily could have just, like, walked to the right. You could have just, like, whoop! Not like a, woo! Not like a curve. I kind of wish the pirated version of this game was a bonus in the collection. That'd be great. You feel the frustration, better phrasing, the player needs to find the exact magical piece of the evidence
that's not obvious and blocks you off from proceeding till you fumble out? Yeah, no, you're right, DK. Absolutely.
Can you please translate for us?
Why does she look dead inside? And why is she rocking the most open, like, flight attendant outfit ever? Not that I'm complaining, mind you, but still.
No way. That's totally impossible, I guess is what he said.
No way, that is totally impossible. I know there was no other person in there. I saw with my own eyes.
If you want to know what I think, Mr. Edgeworth, I don't think Mr. LeBlanc is lying to us.
I suppose she's right. He doesn't seem to be lying. But then what does it mean? What about this contradiction? Mr. LeBlanc, please, just once more, will you recall the details of what you witnessed for me?
The game is lucky right now that I can't save right now because I am so ready to quit this game right now and come back to it later because I am so freaking mad.
I was very upset when Mr. Hicksy passed by my CT.
Also, always checking the time over and over. I happened to follow that man with my eyes when he passed me. And I saw very clearly in the elevator he was entering. But I saw there was no one else inside. No one!
Mr. LeBlanc, if you would please calm down.
What do you dare dare you to have an issue with my eyewitness testimony?
No, not at all. Please forget I said anything.
Yet again, he doesn't appear to be lying. But I can't let this testimony stand as the truth.
Time for a rebut. I was very upsetty when Mr. Hicks passed by my seat.
So are you still upset now?
I am always upset! The only time I am not is when I am having a piece of art in my hands.
It's surprisingly easy to believe that about him.
But I was even more upsetty when Mr. Hicks walked by me. I was always checking the time over and over again.
Why were you so attentive to the time?
Because something unforgivable was happening.
Come to think of it, you were yelling about something unforgivable earlier.
I was giving a complaint to the attendant about the movie starting time. Return back to me my time, and money! You understand the point.
Movie? Is he talking about the in-flight one that's mentioned in the magazine? A summary of the plot and its start time. Interesting.
They were supposed to show License to Love, Laugh, Maim, and Murder. I cannot see that movie in my country. You can only see it on international flights. I looked forward greatly to that movie. I checked my pocket watch whenever possible, so I would not miss it. I even set my pocket watch to the destination time when I came on board. So my watch is not wrong. It matched the schedule. But the movie is still late. Very, very late. Sir, there's a murder going on right now. I think things matter a little more than that right now.
Hold it!
Your pocket watch. I'd like to ask you a little more about it, if that's all right.
The movie I wanted to see would not start, so I checked my pocket watch many times. My watch is set to my destination time. I always set it when I board the plane.
Hold it!
Is here spaghetti? Stop trying to find logic. No, there's a man with real spaghetti in a previous game. Oh, shoot, I forgot. I feel so bad. I forgot his name. But yeah, he ran like a noodle cart.
You sure about what you just testified, Mr. LeBlanc?
Yes, of course, I am a very busy man.
I am immediately busy when I land. I have many places to go and no time to waste adjusting my pocket watch.
I see. That's a very valuable statement you just made.
Flatter me all you want, but you will not get 1 cent out of me.
Yeah, Guy Eldoon, that's what it was.
That's alright. All I require is this piece of testimony.
I happened to follow the man with my eyes when he passed me.
Hold it!
Since you only happened to see him, it's possible you missed something in that glance.
Even if I only happened, did I not miss a thing?
And how can you be so sure?
Just because.
I would appreciate it if you just didn't take my time so lightly with a simple just because.
Well, I suppose I was only making a joke. I saw Mr. Hicks alright.
I feel like your Ace Attorney streams are some of your favorites. You feel like the mood of the stream fits visual novels super well. I definitely feel like my best streams are whenever I'm reacting to story stuff. It's kind of like me doing like a movie night, except, you know, live on stream with a game. So no, I don't disagree. I feel like I do fit into the visual novel mode. Sorry, I was just checking a message I just got.
And I saw clearly into the elevator he was entering.
Is it possible that someone was hiding inside?
What? You dare insult me? I have belief in my eyesight. When I look for art to sell, I am told often I have great sight for the arts.
I think the phrase you were looking for was great sense, although that's debatable. But isn't it possible someone was just outside of your line of sight?
You are persistent, I tell you. I looked clearly. But I swear, there was no one else inside. No one!
Hold it!
Why do you insist you're absolutely not mistaken?
Because when I say I was not wrong, I am not wrong.
Mr. LeBlanc, if I may, I think beyond misconceptions and mistakes lies the truth.
Funny, and that suspiciously mirrors something I told her only a little while ago.
I honestly don't think Mr. LeBlanc is lying.
I don't think he's lying either. But I think he might be mistaken about something.
Mistaken?
Yes, and I'm about to correct his mistaken recollection with evidence.
And his professional attendant shall witness the prowess of a professional prosecutor. Considering how close I am to actually ending my own game. Okay, so let's see now. Set to your destination time. I swear to God, if it is not based off departure time, I am going to lose my freaking mind.
Objection!
Thank God.
Mr. LeBlanc, you said this just now in your testimony.
I even set my pocket watch to destination time when I come aboard.
Now, if your watch has been set to our destination's time zone, it would mean your watch is displaying the time of our destination.
Yes, and the correct time is worth its 6 cents.
I would like you to take a look at this. If you believe this Sky magazine clocks on this flight run in accordance with the time of our departure time zone. Of course, the movie schedule also created with that in mind. Miss Tenario, for confirmation's sake, what time zone is this flight aligned to right now?
Well, we made a short stop at a transfer point.
That's right, it was in the middle of that small Asian country. the Republic of Zingfa.
I wonder if that's a name that I should recognize. But we didn't readjust our onboard clocks at that time. So right now we're still running on the Borgnian time.
What? The time difference between Borginia and our destination is 9 hours. In that case, it's only natural your watch would be out of sync with the schedule.
What was that wind blast out of nowhere? I think this is first mention of Zingfa in the series?
Further, with your analog watch set to our destination's time, it would appear to be running 3 hours fast when compared to the flight's onboard clocks. It also changes everything about your testimony, and you can bet 1,000,000 cents on that. In the light of this information, it means you saw Mr. Hicks 3 hours prior at 3 a.m.
My 1,000,000 cents! Can we shove him out of an airlock now?
This should clear up all the remaining accusations.
Here's my question. Who's this babe over here? We're rich, everyone! We got 1,000,000 cents! Which is about $10,000. Oh my god. If I'm doing my math correctly, yeah, it should be $10,000. So this is basically widens the time frame for the time of death, right?
Yes, because Mr. LeBlanc saw the victim enter the elevator at 3 a.m. It means that the time of death could be anywhere from 3 to 6:15 a.m.
That 10 grand is probably coming out of Gumshoe's pay. How? LeBlanc doesn't pay Gumshoe.
The question is now is where was Mr. Hicks during that span of time and what was he doing?
I got something to say.
And you are?
Yeah, I'm your local fan service. You're welcome. I'm Cammy Meal.
Cammy Meal like the tea?
I'm a flight attendant.
And what is it you wish to say?
Well, I think your story's a little different from how I remember it.
She's so hot!
But she's a weirdo! But she's so hot! What do you mean, Cammy? I saw Mr. Hicks sitting in his seat at 5 a.m., you know.
What? How can you be so sure of that time?
Livy act like being a weirdo is a turnoff? Touche. Live it be like I can fix her? I can make her worse. Oh, that's right. He pushed his cell phone.
It's not a cell phone.
Pushed his call button while we were parked at the transfer point.
Ah, the stop we made for a refueling and cargo transfer in Zhangfa, correct?
This flight will be making a brief stop to refuel and transfer cargo in the Republic of Zhangfa between 4 and 5 a.m. We ask that all passengers remain on board at that time. Thank you for your cooperation. Yes, it was from 4 to 5 a.m. according to our clocks.
And during that time, did any of the passengers leave or did any new ones board this flight?
No. Not a single person got off or on in Zhangfa.
What about the flight crew?
The few who were... She is so baked out of her mind right now. Oh my god. The few who were handling the cargo transfer might have temporarily gone off or on. But eventually everyone, including Candy and myself, came back on the plane. She looks like she's staring at, like, Tenero's head like it's a cheeseburger or something. Give me a quick sec, guys. I'm going to do a quick stretch and drink. Also, what is this music? I kind of love it.
So basically, I can assume that no one left or got on since our initial takeoff. Interesting. I should keep that in mind.
Refueling and Zangfod data jotted down in my organizer. Yeah, and I answered his call. I can tell you that Mr. Acme Hicks was there in his seat when we took off again at 5 a.m. Mr. Acme Hicks was there in his seat when we took off at 5 a.m.
Alright, then that puts the time of the murder between 5 and 6:15 a.m.
Okay, now what time did you come down to the lounge, Mr. Edgeworth?
I remember coming down here almost as soon as we left the Republic of Zangfa.
You were here the whole time from 5, yes? Then you are the only one who could be the killer! Mr. Edgeworth, were you really here in this lounge the entire time from 5 a.m. onwards?
Unfortunately, yes.
But then how do you explain the footprints? Is that not obvious? This man waited for Mr. Hicks here in this lounge, waited to kill him, and then he put the corpse into the elevator. That's when the turbulence happened. My eyewitness testimony may have been mistaken, but what time I saw Mr. Hicks enter the elevator on the second floor does not matter. Because the entire incident concluded here in this lounge.
Everything happened in this lounge? Is that what you really believe, Mr. LeBlanc?
Do you have another idea? I swear, when you compare LeBlanc with Edgeworth, they look like two completely different art styles. Edgeworth looks so much more simplified compared to the amount of detail that Mr. Ramen Hair has.
I simply feel that there is something out of place in the scenario presented. Is there something that can tie this crime to a location other than this lounge?
Oh, this sucks. Okay, good to know. Cammy Meal is actually 24. Thumbs up. I think we can present the piggy bank, right?
Take that!
Okay, that did work. The murder weapon, this little piggy bank, is sold at the in-flight shop. It is sold there and only there. It's not displayed here in this lounge.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking.
How then did it find its way here? Don't you find that a tiny bit suspicious?
Such a trivial point. It only means you prepared it taking it from the shop first before coming here. It doesn't prove you're innocent at all.
Is there no way to win with this man?
Hold it, if I may. What is it? You see, well, it's just as Mr. Edgeworth says. Oh, and why do you know this so well? Well, it's just that piggy bank was there in the shop. I saw it with my own eyes.
And when was this?
It was maybe around 5:40 a.m.
Isn't that just before we hit that patch of turbulence?
That's right. You were in the shop just before the turbulence? Yes, I was.
Come to think of it, Miss Tenero, when I found the body, I believe you came out of that door.
Yes, I did.
And what is beyond that door?
That's the flight attendant's room.
Then you on the first floor?
Yes. I had to do something at that shop in the flight attendant's room. So I went to the shop first, then to the flight attendant's room.
Are you saying you passed by me at some point?
Yes, you seemed really into the issue of Sky Magazine you were reading at the time. I don't suppose you noticed me walking by.
I vaguely recall someone walking by, but I didn't take notice of who it was.
Anyway, the piggy bank was definitely there at the shop when I went there.
Why did you go to the shop in the first place?
I went there for a work-related matter.
Work, you say? Explain yourself!
Sir, you're just a passenger on this plane. Yes, upkeep of the shop is also one of my responsibilities.
Why did you not say anything about that until now is what I want to know.
Sir, you're a passenger who's completely unrelated to this case. Why are you here again? Why are you interrogating our flight attendants?
In any case, I believe it's clear the shop needs to be investigated as well.
Shall we head over there then?
Hold it.
What is it now?
Aren't you forgetting something, Miss Rhonda? Don't you need the captain's permission to check the shop?
No, I haven't forgotten, but I've already asked him for permission to search the entire plane. So I think we're all right.
That's weird.
What is?
Well, I just talked to the captain, see? And he said that he didn't give you permission to do anything like that at all.
God damn it, is the hot one actually the murderer? Why is it always the hot ones who are the murderers? How's Lot treating your case? Sagami, I got so mad at the game earlier. You would not believe I got stuck on this 1% thing for like 20 minutes. The murder weapon was her giant tits. Lucky bastard.
What is the meaning of this, Miss Tenero?
It means she's lying. Go on, admit that you are. You said you had the permission to search all over, but you don't, and yet here you are.
You, flight attendant, what are you trying to do? Pull the sheep over us?
The captain's calling for you, Miss Rhonda. Oh, but don't worry. I already got permission to search the shop from the captain. See, unlike you, I do things the right way. You know, with my mini skirt that covers absolutely nothing.
Miss Tenero, why would you do such a thing?
Please excuse me.
Looks like I get to be in charge now. Please go back to your seat, Mr. LeBlanc. Now then, Mr. Edgeworth. If you would follow me, I will be your guide from now on.
Oh baby, oh baby, oh baby. So it kind of sucks for Tenero, but hey! Flight attendant fan service.
There's something about Miss Tenero that has piqued my curiosity. But right now, investigating the in-flight shop is my top priority. And hopefully figure out why this woman doesn't button up.
Oh, I am really mad. You better hurry and bring me some evidence.
If you could wait just a little longer while we look into the shop.
Don't number the birds before they are born.
Clussy is a plebeian's endeavor. True connoisseurs enjoy that airhead.
So true, though. Thank you for the bonk, Scatty. Look at her. She's actually me right now. Me falling asleep in my chair as I stream.
Don't number the... What? I have no idea what he's trying to say. Don't count your chickens before they hatch, perhaps. All I ask of you is your patience and cooperation. Miss Meal, about investigating the in-flight shop.
I almost said in-game shop. Cammy Meal is underrated as hell. You know, I've seen her art character design before from people just sharing like characters around, and I'm like, yo, who's this pretty lady?
You're of no use to be asleep. Wake up!
What's up?
I need you to come with me so I can search the shop.
Go on ahead without me. Oh, okay, I'll catch up with you later.
How's this woman not been fired yet? A piano. It's been a while since I played one of these. It may not be a bad idea to brush up a bit after all this time. Of course, that's contingent on the outcome of this case. It's time to get investigating.
Weren't you gonna go to the in-flight shop?
Weren't you sleeping?
Of course, I still fully intend to.
Okay, well, the shop's over there. Don't forget now. Mr. Edgeworth, that's the attendance room.
Ah, please excuse me. It was a simple mistake.
You made a mistake, didn't you? Why don't you just come out and say it?
That's exactly what I said. I made a small mistake.
Weesna.
Me.
Don't nod off while I'm talking! These bottles and glasses must have been broken by the turbulence. There's quite a bit of broken glass here. Please be careful when passing through the area.
Did you say something?
Wow, Ace Attorney microtransactions? Remember, guys, if you have trouble, remember, you can figure out the case if you pay enough money for it to let you pass. Pay to win, baby.
I said there is glass here and to be careful.
No, but why?
Obviously, common sense does not register even as a blip on this girl's radar. These counter windows offer a glimpse of the sky, but these clouds, they tell me nothing. Ugh, now's not the time for me to stand here making soliloquies. I should be hurrying to the shop and investigating. There are a few copies of Sky magazine on the magazine rack. The special this month is an English trivia quiz. Of course, I've never uttered a single grammatically incorrect sentence in my life.
Why do I feel like that's a lie somewhere?
What is it? What are you looking at me for? Having come to you investigating.
I do not
Believe in this King Haste slowly saying you have in English?
There's something written on the pedestal. Here lies Hugo Hughes. I don't think that's what they meant to write. This toppled over chair, yet another victim of the turbulence. There's something written on the back in honor of Rocker Pals Day. I have the distinct impression that this chair has nothing to do with this case. Glasses and candles thrown in disarray by the turbulence. Saying this reminds me of the ferocity of that last patch and of... No, I can't do this anymore. I've overcome that already. I won't let past traumas control me for the rest of my life.
Ezra, seconds after birth.
Salutations, mother. I already checked this area earlier, but it never hurts to take another look. Captain Hugo here was probably used to hit the victim on the back of the head. I doubt anyone was expecting to find a dead body in an elevator on this flight. For the victim's sake, I will do anything in my power to bring this to a speedy end. The machine that should be hanging off here must be still in this plane somewhere. There's blood on the back of Mr. Hicks' head. Could be the cause of death. He appears to be struck very hard. There's money strewn all over the floor of the elevator. I guess this is all in Mr. Hicks's wallet before the incident.
Nothing.
A pity that a bronze statue knows not when to drink has been spilt at its feet. Odd, compared to the one on the left, the statue appears to be slouching a little. Must be the altitude. Yes, that's it. Considering which way these prints are pointed, it's likely the killer went into the shop. I should really make my way over there now.
Yeah, but you gotta look for all the unique text dialogue! And stare at hot women as they fall asleep. That's not creepy at all. March 12th, 8:32 a.m. Flight G3390, first floor, in-flight shop.
So this is the in-flight shop. It's quite a mess in here.
You think? Guess I'll have to clean this up then. Tee-hee.
Teehee's in chat, everybody.
Hold on! You can't clean up a potential crime scene!
Oh, thank goodness. I hate cleaning so much.
Mustn't rush things here. I must remain calm, cool, and collected. Because this piggy bank was left at the crime scene. There is a very good chance that the killer had paid this place a visit.
Man, what if Meal is actually the killer? I would feel so sad. It's always the hot ones.
I don't know much about this shop, but you can still ask me about whatever.
So what do you think about what has happened regarding this case?
Oh, I don't know. I guess this is your... I guess I think you're the killer, though, Miss Edgeworth.
I can assure you that I am here in this shop to prove the opposite.
I think she died. I don't think our head is supposed to bend like that, guys.
Yeah, but it was me that got you into permission to look around. You know. So don't forget that, okay?
Then again, she might be too lazy to actually kill anyone.
How am I supposed to thank you properly if you insist on falling asleep?
Well, you know what really show your thanks? You see that item for sale over there?
Sorry, but you're glad to make do with my words of appreciation.
What do you think about my prosecutor badge?
Oh, I'd love to get this piece of jewelry. Can I have it?
No, you may not. This is a prosecutor's badge.
Phew, phooey. Then why'd you show it to me?
I wanted to prove to you that I really am a prosecutor, and that it's not possible for a prosecutor like me to commit such a crime as...
Oh, whatever. I heard the same thing from Bon Karma.
I see that I'm just wasting my time with Cousin Hare here.
Is that an Addams Family reference?
Miss Ryder said this piggy bank was in the shop, right? I'm supposed to find her a tiny bit suspicious.
I don't think I can say either way yet. There's not enough evidence to convince me that she was lying about anything back there.
Are you sure about that?
What is that? Are you going to give it to me?
Oh, but I'm not supposed to accept any presents.
Oh, I'd give you a present. I mean, what?
That's really worth something.
Beautiful flowers in a beautiful arrangement. I feel cleansed just by looking at them.
Well, you're kind of stepping on a few of them, you know, Mr. Edgeworth.
Oh, excuse me. Inside the display is a row of lifesavers and life vests for sale.
We sell a lot of those when there's some kind of accident or something. Some people buy them even when nothing's going on. How about it, Miss Edgeworth? Care to buy one?
I sense that the shop is one shopper away from being sued.
How goes the investigation? Burmside, I lost my shit earlier. When I was talking to freaking LeBlanc earlier, there was a blatant contradiction where he said, oh, hey, the body was found in the lounge. And I was like, yeah, but I have evidence that said the body was found inside of an elevator. And then I lost my mind because I was stuck there for 20 minutes, not knowing what I was supposed to present. And when I found out the real answer, I lost my shit because it made no sense. So yeah, I got extremely mad at the game for 20 minutes.
There are all kinds of luxury name brand merchandise for sale in this display case. And they're all lined up in such a manner as to scream, buy me to any passersby.
Did anyone tell you the collection had to unlocalize the name of the airline? I didn't know about the unlocalized thing. I thought the original Japanese name was iFly.
Stuffed toys, just like the one Miss Meal is holding, are on display here. They're relatively cheap, which explains why they're displayed so haphazardly.
How about it, Miss Edgeworth? You know you want one too. They're great for when you're stressed. I like shoving them in my clavage.
It was always Go-You in Japan, so it was iFly in the United States. So they had to change it because there was an iFly thing in real life.
Why do I envision stuffed animal abuse when she says that? The glass from this display case door is shattered all over the floor. And it looks like there's nothing on display inside here. Wait, actually, I think there's something. What's this? A mini captain's hat?
Tiny captain's hat that belongs to a monkey.
I swear I've seen one of these before. There's a wide selection of souvenirs for sale in these display cases.
You know what I'd suggest? Sorry,
but I have no intention of buying souvenirs on this trip.
Okay, then how about you buy something for me then? As a present! Or you can buy me! I don't mind you buying me.
I can't think of a single reason why I want to buy you anything.
I am staring really deep into the two big reasons.
But I had my eye on that pendant for such a long time.
Try paying some attention to me when I ask you something and then we'll talk.
Bonk.
What are these?
Oh, those are our company's completely original line of suitcases. They're practically flying out the door. That's how popular they are. You should buy one and see how you like it. You won't regret it.
Perhaps that's how things work on this flight, but in the real world you try, then buy.
No way, but either way, it doesn't really matter.
True. Either way, why would anyone buy a suitcase after they boarded the plane?
Anyway, you see that? Just look at all the Captain Hugo has painted on there. Cute company mascot, isn't he? They're painted on with a lot of care. Doesn't he look like he's about to jump out at you?
It is certainly making something jump inside my stomach.
Huh? Oh, I guess not fooling your refined tastes. You look like you really want to get one.
Get what?
And I thought I was going to finally make my first sale, but you saw right through it. Glad that's done, though. Never make me try to give you a sales pitch ever again, okay?
I never showed any interest to begin with.
It really is so pretty horrible, isn't it? You want to know something? This suitcase was designed by Miss Rhonda.
Huh.
That was, if you recall correctly, the only localization change in Investigation 1 for the collection.
Huh. Miss Tenero designed this.
Yeah, it was a company-wide contest.
Well, it does have a very sharp design sense.
Haha, sharp, like stinky sharp cheddar, maybe?
Yeah, what the hell are you on, girl?
I really have no idea why the bigwigs decided to go with it. It's so blah.
Miss Tenero designed this, did she? It's definitely not what I would have expected.
That actually scared the hell out of me. That was really loud.
You okay?
I'm fine. Please watch yourself, Miss Meal. Letting a suitcase freely roll around has got to be a safety violation.
The plane shaking caused it to roll. In-flight suitcase displays can be hazardous. Why aren't they put flat on the ground so they don't roll around?
Here, I'll put it back.
Doesn't look like there's anything else I can investigate. Well, there's something I do want to investigate, but I'm pretty sure that's illegal. Now you're wondering how many safety checks this airline failed? For real. Huh.
The hat probably used to be on this piggy bank's head. Let's give it a go and see. I believe this piggy bank was forcibly removed from this display case. Does this mean that the killer broke the glass to get at it?
Found at the crime scene. Culprit must have shattered the display case to take it. It'd be illegal unless she gave you consent to investigate. Oh, I'm sure she'll find some way to consent. Edgeworth is a pretty guy.
Really?
Don't tell me you don't know what things go where in this shop.
Well, I don't. Miss Rhonda's in charge of this place. So come on, how should I know anything?
She's an actual bimbo. Neil said that she got consent from the captain for you to search anywhere.
Oh my. I sense the further inspection of display case is needed. I won't rest until I have inspected every suspicious-looking nook and cranny. The glass on this door is broken. Perhaps it was the killer who broke it in order to take the piggy bank. But it's a bit odd that the inside of the case is so devoid of glass shards. Plus, the glass broke rather cleanly.
Ah!
What is it?
I touched the glass and it cut my finger. Oh, baby, no. It hurts, Mr. Edgeworth, it hurts.
Please tell me you can deal with such a minor cut on your...
No, dude, do you know how dangerous glass is? I don't care if you think it's minor. It's so easy to get infected from cut, broken glass like that, or get glass stuck in your finger. You got me get that clean.
Yugo Airlines related books line this shelf.
It's also old antique glass too? Exactly!
The history of Yugo Airlines, the future of Yugo Airlines, the 7 wonders of Yugo, fight on Go Airlines. Working name, Yugo Airlines. Yugo Heart emoji. The titles make it very clear that they won't be making the top sellers list anytime soon. For security, there's a lock on this display case. Miss Meal, if I may ask you about this lock,
The one who's in charge of this shop is Miss Rhonda, so she's got the keys to all the display cases.
I see.
Oh, I bet you want to buy something. Do you want me to go get the key from her?
No, oh, that's all right. This is the same man as one who portrayed by the statues around the elevator.
Yeah, that's the paperweight of the founder of Go You Airlines, Mr. Hugo Hughes. On the bottom shelf, we have the cute one. The middle shelf is the realistic one. And on the top shelf, that's the floral version.
Floral? Are you sure about that?
Who the heck makes a floral, like a floral soda of someone? Okay, that's actually a cool idea now. Like, what if someone made like a flower version of me?
Let me guess, you just said the first thing that came to your mind, right? Looks like I hit the bullseye.
Can I present this without me just getting a game over out of nowhere? Looks like I hit the bullseye. I see this game wasn't localized totally perfectly. I mean, you can translate bullseye as apostrophe S. Is that how Floronic Man was created? Yes. Oh, there's no I. Oh, shoot, you're right. There was no I. What am I supposed to deduce here? Looks like hit the bullseye. Am I supposed to just like present this?
There's definitely something very unusual about this.
About what?
If the killer had broken the glass again at the Captain Hugo Bank, there should be shards of glass inside the case itself.
Oh, I see. Yeah, I guess it'd be like that.
However, there's not a single piece of glass inside the display case.
Nope. No, there isn't.
Which means that the glass was broken from the inside out. The piggy bank must have fallen over from the turbulence and right through the glass.
Yeah, that's for sure. There's so much glass all over the floor.
I'm willing to bet that this hat was knocked off its head at the time, too.
Eh? That's nice.
Which leads me to believe that the killer took the Captain Hugo Bank from here after the turbulence.
Captain Hugo Piggy Bank data updated in Organizer. Yo, Neil actually is a big fan of Zenless Zone Zero too.
Take your power naps on your own time, Miss Meal, and listen to what I'm talking.
Ah! So, if Burmsai is here, I'm assuming her name being Cammy Meal is a pun on the tea, right? And it's a pun on tea because she needs tea to stay awake.
But the murder occurred before the turbulence, which rules this piggy bank out as the murder weapon.
So you mean the bank's not the real murder weapon? It's a fake?
Yes, at this point.
Okay, can you explain the pun on, A.K. Ackby Hicks? Oh, Camomile's famous for causing tea? Oh, I'm stupid. I mean, causing sleep, rather. And what's the pun on Ronda Tenero? Is it a pun on Road to Nowhere? Her Japanese name is White Noise? Okay, that's funny. And Zinc LeBlanc apparently is like white, so he's just a really white dude.
But then what if when the killer went to take Captain Yugo, he broke the glass by accident?
The display case was locked, so that's highly unlikely.
Yeah, but there's one person who could have.
Oh, and who would that be?
It's Rhonda, of course. I mean, she's the one in charge of this place, so she has the keys to everything.
Miss Rhonda Tenero, huh?
Yeah, I'm trying to figure out what Ronda Tenero is supposed to be a pun on. Unless it's supposed to be like a spoiler. Obviously, don't tell me if it's a spoiler. Hicks's given name comes from Japanese for yawn, while his last name comes from hiccup as in small setback. Basically, he's a boring dude. Gotcha.
Yes, there's definitely something wrong here.
What's with the sudden yelling?
Tell me, Miss Meal, don't you think there's something strange about these suitcases?
Oh, well, sure, they totally use strange, like the color and such.
That's not what I'm talking about. Now pay attention.
Ah, you're scaring me, Mr. Edgeworth. It's almost as bad as the teacher I had to, like, blow off in order to get good grades. I mean, what?
Rhonda's name is a pun in Japanese name order. Read her name in that way. Tenero Rhonda. Unless I'm pronouncing it incorrectly. Tenero Rhoda. Tenero Rhoda? Tenero Rhoda. The narrow road. Gotcha. That's a Hamson's mage.
Sorry. These suitcases are lined up a bit too prim and proper.
Yeah, they look a bit upright, don't they? But I guess they take after their creator.
Again, that's not what I meant, Miss Meal. Don't you find it unusual that these cases are the only things undisturbed by the turbulence? Never mind, I'd sooner find an answer by inspecting these suitcases myself. Upon closer inspection, they really are quite hideous.
I wonder how Miss Rhonda would have reacted if she heard what you just said. What's wrong?
She makes a good point. It would be wise of me to watch what I say out loud. What's this? I found something that's not quite right. What is so unusual about this suitcase?
Take that!
This is why it's so...
Was I not supposed to pay attention to the little stoppers over there?
I don't think that's strange at all.
Well, maybe not to that extent.
Look, Mr. Edgeworth, you're not really finding out much. So I'm gonna ask the captain for his permission to stop your investigation, okay?
Just a little more, I beg of you.
Uh-huh. Don't make me upset and be a good Mr. Edgeworth, okay? Come along now. Let's get you back in your seat.
There's no need to push.
Oh, is that what happens if you run out?
Thus, the truth was lost for all eternity.
She really said be a good boy? I'll be a good boy. Well, that's a big oops. Okay, so honestly, it was either one of two things. It was either the one with stoppers or the one without stoppers.
Take that!
There's something very peculiar about these wheels.
Huh? As in?
As in, there's no stoppers in place on these. Without stoppers, one would think that the turbulence would have sent it flying.
At least we didn't go to prison, as far as you know. Yo, Trey, how's it going? You did what?
Oh, you know.
Things with ladies with consent.
And so it's very likely that the suitcase was placed after we hit that turbulence. Let's take a closer look at it, shall we?
No, that's why you're asking. You'll figure it out.
This was apparently designed by Miss Tonero herself. The design has a certain je ne sais quoi about it.
Yes, perhaps that is the best way to put it.
A $1,200 price tag. Not exactly priced by someone with a conscience, I'd say. What's this? This wheel's completely covered in something. This color and this scent. It appears the substance in question is grape juice. But why would there be juice on the wheel of a suitcase?
Maybe they decide to use juice as an oil substitute. You never know. That's that suitcase costs almost 3 Switch 2s. Man, I can't imagine anyone who would want to buy a Switch 2.
It would appear to be unlocked. Let's take a look at what's inside. A piece of cloth. And it's soaked with blood!
Ah! It's blood!
It appears that this suitcase is very strongly tied to our murder after all.
Investigation completo!
So explain this to me. Why does the suitcase have to do with the murder?
I believe it's pretty safe to say that the killer used this suitcase in some manner. Such as to move something, perhaps?
But aren't you just talking about the cloth then?
That alone is too small. A larger item would be needed to move what I'm thinking of. That thing I believe the killer used this suitcase to transport is...
Okay, chat. If you know the answer, save me a little bit of time. I assume... Okay. Don't tell me the answer, but let me ask this. My theory is that they transported the body. Here's my question. Do I present the crime scene notes with the body, or do I present the actual profile of the person? I'm holding out until age of imprisonment. Hey, whatever floats your boat. That being said, though, I am so sick of Warriors games that are Zelda-based or Hyrule Warriors-based. Okay, but what if it was white instead? You try profile? I'll try profile. They will not let me present a profile.
Take that!
So this is it.
Something that would fit inside of a suitcase that is also covered in blood. Sounds like a dead body, doesn't it?
go, you suitcase data jotted down in my organizer. Bloody cloth data jotted down in my organizer.
But...
In light of this, I say that Mr. Hicks was moved into the elevator from someplace else.
You're a big fan of the Hyrule Warriors game, so you probably buy it? Go for it. If anything, like, getting it on Switch 2 will just make it run better. Because, like, almost every game runs better on Switch 2.
Which means the murder was committed in an entirely different location.
So you're saying that after moving the body in the elevator, the killer brought the suitcase in here and just left it?
Exactly. What is it?
Nothing. Just that. I was thinking about what Miss Rhonda said about coming here for something.
Excuse me, Mr. Edgeworth. I want to give you a bit more time. I'm afraid I wasn't able to convince the captain. I'm very sorry, Mr. Edgeworth, but the captain feels that has allowed you ample time. He says he appreciates if you could wrap it up here and return to your seat.
I understand his sentiments, however, if I'm not allowed to complete my investigation, the crime scene may become contaminated by the time we land. If I must stop, then I insist I be allowed to oversee the preservation of the two sites. Under your supervision, of course.
If that's the only condition, then I believe we can accommodate your wishes. I'm here to assist you in any way I can, Mr. Edgeworth.
Tenero's surprisingly generous. You know, aside from the very start of the case.
Sounds like fun. We can camp out and watch over everything together. I can wear my pajamas.
As she slowly unbuttons herself even further. Isn't it Switch 2 exclusive? I forget whether or not I forget if the Hyrule Warriors Age of Imprisonment was actually Switch 2 exclusive. I'm pretty sure it was for Switch 1, but I might be wrong. I can't wait to finally play through Fire Emblem 3 Hopes Warriors on Switch 2. You know what's great? So, I was like, my buddy Nick went to Fire Emblem 3 Houses while we were just checking things out on the Switch 2. It loads so much faster. And we were talking how this could have saved me an entire stream from how much time it could have saved me from loading.
I found proof that the real crime scene was not in the lounge, and I have enough evidence to prove myself to be innocent of any wrongdoing. And yet, regarding what Miss Meal reminded me about Miss Tenero, I can't allow my investigation to end here. The truth must come to light.
To be continued.
Age of Imprisonment is indeed a Switch 2 exclusive. Okay, well, I stand corrected. Alright, guys. Something tells me the next part is going to go way longer than 3 hours, so I think I'm going to call the stream here. I'm very tired. I think I might go take a nap after this. It's weird that DK Bonanza is Switch 2, but only Switch 1 players, can play via game share. Yeah, that's entirely fair. Don't be like Cammy, go catch those Z's. Yes, I will go boot up Zenless Zone Zero after this. Sounds like a great idea, Lundea. But no, for Bonanza, see, I agree. It is weird that Switch 1 can technically download Bonanza through Game Share. That was actually a huge surprise to me during the Direct. Streams the game video to Switch 1. Again, it's so weird that it works that way, but hey, whatever works, I guess. Be like the other Cammy and wear a thong. Cammy doesn't wear a thong! She wears a onesie, a leotard. Anyway, everyone, thank you for coming out tonight. Really appreciate y'all being here.
Cammy kinda wears a thong? Does Cammy actually wear a thong? How? Which outfit of hers wears a thong? It's a leotard thong? Just because it rides up on the butt doesn't mean it's a thong. Her classic outfit doesn't wear like a thong. It's a leotard. That's like saying like, I'm trying to think of another character who wears a leotard. It shows the entire cheek. You know, one of these days I need to get like an animation of me calling out chat being horny. Anyway. Everyone, thank you for coming out tonight. Next stream will be on Tuesday with Final Fantasy VII Blind. And on Wednesday will be the release of Jufufu into Zenless Zone Zero. So we're going to be doing some roles for her and doing her agent quest if that's available. But the big thing is on Friday. For people who don't know, I was reached out from Gamer Outreach. Shocker. Anyway, Gamer Outreach is a charity organization who provides special kiosks for children in hospitals so that they can have video games to be able to play for them, so that hospitals don't have to be an awful time for them and they can have something to enjoy themselves with. And they invited me to do a stream for them. I'm going to be streaming a shuffler.
For apologies.
Yo, Devil Hunter Wolf, hello. Wolf, thank you so much for your raid. I hope you were enjoying Doom 3. Everyone, go give Devil Hunter Wolf a follow. He is a very good buddy. Phoenix Foxtrot, how you doing? Welcome to the stream. I'm sorry, I'm about to end the stream myself, but I really do appreciate it. I was just talking about the fact that I'm going to be doing a charity streaming this Friday for Gamer Outreach. It's the VTuber SummerSlam, where a bunch of VTubers are going to be streaming different games for the organization of Gamer Outreach, which, as I said, is an organization all about like making hospital stays for children more fun for them by providing video games console kiosk for them to be able to play, as well provide like these little dispensers called save points that display fun toys and collectibles and stuff like that for them to take home. So it's actually a really cool like charity organization, and they invited me to go do a stream for them on Friday. I'm going to be doing a NSO classic game shuffler, where basically every time you guys drop so many donations, I will be swapping between system, games, and whatever. I will be providing an incentive list during that stream, so I hope you guys tune in for that and help raise some good money for charity. And on Saturday is the Proton Smash Pit. God, I have a lot to do this week. Once again, I hope y'all look forward to the upcoming streams. But if there's any changes to the schedule, though, y'all can follow me on Twitter, Blue Sky, and YouTube, where I post stream updates and channel shenanigans. Alternatively, y'all can hit up the Discord server, where we talk about anything and everything. And hopefully less bots decide to hop in and try to message people in order to get them to notice them.
I had a freaking bot earlier that I had to take care of personally, which was really annoying. Anyway, we are a very friendly bunch in there, and we're always welcoming new faces. We also do movie nights in there every Monday night, aka tomorrow night at 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. We're currently doing a superhero movie marathon right now, and the next movie we're watching tomorrow night is the first Thor movie. If you guys want to check that out, consider hitting up the Discord server where we host it. All right, that's going to be it for now. If you guys have any raid messages in mind, let me know. I'm going to find ourselves a raid target. Rated you recently. I rated you recently. Man, I wish Twy was streaming right now because I would absolutely raid him. The only bot limit likes? So true, though. You know what? We'll go raid this person over here just because that's like the least spoilery thing I can probably raid with. Who do I want to raid? What? You guys say, oh, I need a good raid message. How about something that isn't spoilery? Oh, you know what? I have an idea. We're gonna raid with Edgeworth supports Team Red in Red versus Blues. And as for who we're, wait, that's not right. Hang on, I spelled it wrong. It should be Red versus Blue, not Red versus Blues. Let me retype that. Edgeworth. God, can I spell properly? Edgeworth supports Team Red in Red versus Blue. There we go. So raid with this. That's for who we're raiding. We're going to be raiding Green Power Star, who's currently playing Mario Kart World for the first time. I played it the first time last week as well. Y'all should go give her all the love. I'm going to go pass out after this. Until next time, everyone. Thank y'all for being here, and I really do appreciate y'all supporting the streams. Y'all are incredible. Until next time, everyone, stay safe, take care of yourselves, and remember, love always. Good night, everybody.